Okay, this is gonna be chapter 0 on how to open a coin slash gold buying store, made by Grunt TV. I'm gonna explain to you step by step on what you have to do and how you have to do it in proper attitude to have while trying to open up one of these businesses. Must read books to succeed. Rules of acquisition. Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Um, if you guys ever watch Star Trek, the most capitalistic people in the whole genre is called there's a race called the Ferengi. Study these people and learn how they run a business. But the main points I want to try to put for the rules of acquisition is never spend more for an acquisition than you have to. Rule number 3: a wise man can hear profit in the wind. Rule 22. Also, these two arts of war are kind of different. They have different ways of accomplishing victory, and as a businessman, you have to understand these two methods of accomplishing victory to actually win, to succeed in what you do. The first one is the Mongol art of war. How Genghis Khan took over more land than any white person ever did in history. Also, his grandson defeated the Chinese using his grandfather's tactics. So it's very important to study how Genghis Khan did this shit, so you can apply it into your own business model, to your own business plan. And the third book is most people know about this is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. You can find this anywhere. You can find YouTube copies for free. You just listen to it. Um, all of these books that I put in here for books to succeed to read in business, it's like more than reading it and watching it, you have to really understand what they're trying to say. You have to understand how can you employ it in your own business model to succeed, because you don't want to fail. A Ferengi with no profit is no Ferengi at all. And for coins are very complicated. People don't people don't really know every single coin. Like I don't know every single fucking coin made. So they have this book called the World Coin Book. It's made by Klaus Publishing, and this is the ISBN number. I want you guys to look this up if you're considering getting into the coin market at all. This has every single coin minted from 1901 to 2000. Whatchamacallit, it has all the pictures, weights, and measurements on there. The actual size of the picture of a coin. So you can put, if you're in question about the coin, you just put it like right on top of the picture, and it'll have the right, at least the diameters of the coins itself. And if you have a caliper with you, you can measure the height of the coin as well, and to verify authenticity. And another one you have to sign up for. This one's a paid one. They take money from you every month or so. They have packages for like 6 months or a year. It's not that expensive. It's called the Gray Sheet. The Gray Sheet is what coin dealers buy and sell to each other at for graded coins. NGC and PCGS. They only really cover American coins. We're in America, so this is the one you want to do. These are the coins that you're going to see the most, so you know what to properly buy these coins at from the general public, lower than the Gray Sheet, of course, and to see what you can flip it for to other dealers, the actual price. And the Red and Blue Book is horrible. Don't ever use the Red and Blue Book for anything. But if you're gonna open up a store, you can use the Red and Blue Book to confuse customers, saying that because the Red Book has overly inflated prices, so you can try to convince your customers, saying that this MS63 Morgan dollar is worth this much in the Red Book, and look how much it sells for in a Blue Book. Even though like they're never gonna get the price for the Red Book or Blue Book. Red Book is the price for us. Of how much a coin's supposed to be worth, and the Blue Book is how much a coin's supposed to be worth when you sell it to a dealer. Is bullshit, because no dealer will go by these overinflated numbers, because they're false. But a lot of coin collectors will buy these books as references, because they have all the weights and measurements on there to properly identify these American coins. Red and Blue Book only works for American coins, and I forgot who the hell makes that book, but it's a big Red Book or big Blue Book. They have them everywhere, like at Barnes and Noble and shit. If you open up a store, it's a good idea to keep a few in stock, because like sometimes like kids and stuff that are just getting into the whole collecting thing will want to buy these books to know what kind of how to properly identify these coins. Okay, this how to test gold purity. I'm not gonna show you how to test for gold because I can't do that on a YouTube video. There's no way you can learn from a video on how to test for gold. This comes with many times of experience, long time for experience. But I'm gonna teach you the best way not to get burned for buying jewelry and gold coins off the street, off the general public. Okay, first, never ever ever trust the hallmark or the carat stamping on a jewelry piece, because a lot of times jewelry people lie and they'll say it's 14 karat when it's not 14 karat. 14 karat's 58.5% pure. It's supposed to be, but it's not always. Like a main example is Cuban link chains from Miami. Those Cubans like to water that shit down. It's more like 10 karat or 11 karat. The only way to really test it is to put in an XRF machine or take a thick heavy scratch off of it. If it's a big piece of jewelry you're buying, always cut the jewelry and directly apply the testing acid to it. You can find many YouTube videos on how to do this. Again, you can't learn from a YouTube video on how to do this. You have to do it yourself a few times. Get fake jewelry and cut it open and apply the acid to it and see how it reacts, because the camera cannot pick up the colors properly. To verify, to show you guys properly how not to get burned. Okay, how you get around cutting people's jewelry and buying it is very simple. Okay, let's say you weigh out this chain after you do an acid test and a magnet test, and it comes out to be like over an ounce of 14 karat gold. So already over an ounce of 14 karat gold is 58.5% pure. So that's going to be like almost like a $600 melt purchase. So you're going to offer them around like $380 if you're nice, like $350, $320, like $300 if you can get away with it, or even lower. So what you do at that point is to get the cash out in front of him and say, I have to cut this piece to make sure it's real. And if it's real, you can take the money right there. If not, I can't buy it. That's the way you have to do it. That's the way you have to approach it. A lot of times, these people, the scummy assholes, try to come into your store and try to sell you shit, and they'll try to rip you off this way. Always cut the jewelry, because it's very simple for a jeweler to fix it, so you can resell it afterwards. But you don't want to get burned. And also, if it's a big piece, cut more than one area, and apply the testing acid. And also, you don't have to buy an XRF machine. These XRF machines, I use them a lot before, extensively. They only really test the outside of the jewelry piece. So if it's an extremely heavy coat of plating, it's not going to go through, and it's going to pop up whatever the plating was. So you don't have to really buy an XRF machine unless you pull in so much money that whatchamacallit, you don't want to get burned by the refiners, so you can actually tell your percentages of actual gold inside of it. And also, you don't have to buy electronic gold testing devices. Like I seen a whole bunch of these shit in my life, and every jewelry person I know that uses it gets burned, because like the XRF machine, it only tests the outside of the jewelry piece, so a very thick plate can fuck with it. Okay, equipment. What you need the basic equipment to open up a coin store or gold buying shop is a neodymium magnet. It's the first test that needs to be done. You have to run the heavy duty rare earth magnet across of it to see if anything clicks onto it. If it does, it's fake. You don't want to buy it. Anything that's not gold, silver, platinum, or palladium or rhodium, I consider fake. If it's not a precious metal, it's fake, and I don't fucking want it in my store. And that's the first test you have to do, the neodymium magnet. The second one, so after you run the magnet across, you pick out the pieces that you want to test or buy. And what you do is you put it on, you scratch the fuck out of it with your big ass testing stone and apply the 10 karat, 14 karat acid and then 18 karat acid. There's many videos on how to test it. Again, like I can't show you. You have to do it yourself for this one, and it takes a lot of experience because like you're not gonna know how it is supposed to look from a YouTube video. And don't just go by YouTube videos. You gotta do this shit. Practice yourself. And also, you're gonna need calipers that measure millimeters for coins. That's the second layer of testing. Your first thing is to throw it on the scale, and then you go to your World Coin Book and find out the measurements, and then you measure it with your calipers. The last thing you need is a certifiable jewelry scale. Certifiable means like it has a little port on the back that these inspectors go in and stick the little computer device into it to see if your weights and measurements are legit. They'll also come by with little weights and put it on your scales. If you okay, I know of some people that did this and they got caught. You'll get blackballed. You'll get fined. You'll get blackballed by everybody in the business. Like you don't want to use bad scales. That's a huge fucking thing. And if you have the money, if you really have the money and you're serious about this, get a Sigma Metalytics. This little fucking device is fucking badass. It tests the magnetics of coins and bars, depending on the purity of whatever the bar or coin is, and tells you if it's real or not. It's a very, very, very effective test because there's so much silver bars and gold bars out there that are fake with heavy plates and shit on it. This is like one of the only real ways to test it, other than like an ultrasonic machine, which I didn't even put in here. Okay, so this is like the first chapter because I don't want to make this too long.